All right, guys, welcome to the show. Podcast number. What? All right, guys, welcome to podcast number 25. As soon as I unmute myself, what is going on this evening?
Hello.
What
Now,
is
this time we don't have Tom or Trevor, but we have a wonderful guest here with us, Max Scully Sultan, Max Sultan Cully.
Just call me Dad.
Yeah, we got Dad.
Dad.
We got Dad.
Just
in
Dad.
here. So what is up, fellas? How are you two doing tonight?
Fantastic.
We were just jamming because of the music. It's so good.
Yeah,
there was so
gotta
much
love it.
headbanging going on, like right before it started.
There really was.
We're both like,
Yeah,
it's a pretty dope song.
yeah, that's a really good soundtrack. I will say that. If you like that music, definitely go give it a listen. So, and I
I only played the Messenger a little bit, but it was cool while I played it. I'm just bad.
yeah,
That's my go-to.
It is. I like it a lot. It's definitely, and the soundtrack helps a lot. Like Tom said, there's a 16 and an 8-bit version for every one of those. So I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So what have you guys been playing lately? If you haven't been playing the Messenger like you should be.
Well, I think it's been a combination. Like me and North have been playing Astroneer with Tom and Trevor, and I think you hopped on for a little while with us.
Yeah.
You didn't get to play all that much though. But I don't know. We wanted to revisit it a while ago. Trevor brought it up, and nobody jumped back into it. But I've been having a good time with it this time around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Again.
then I brought it up and everybody started playing it.
Poor Trevor, man. He probably feels abused.
He was
Yeah,
so
it's-
mad too. He was like, "Are you guys fucking serious?"
It's like every single time Trevor brings up a game and everyone's like, nah, dog, we're playing something else. And a couple of weeks later, someone else brings it up and Trevor's like, God damn it, I just suggested this game. Like, why?
I'm one of those people, like, I have to be in the mood for it. You know what I mean? Like, if I want
Yeah.
to play that genre of game, then I'll play it. But if not, like, I don't want anything to do with it. Like I said, I'm done with first-person shooters right now. Forever.
Yeah. I
Till
feel
next
that.
week.
I feel that. I've been getting burned out on first person shooters for a while, but that seems to be the only thing everyone in the world wants to play. So that's what I end up playing.
Don't lie, we see you playing Overwatch every day.
I don't feel like that's the same. That's not the same as.
What do you mean?
It's not the same as all these other. It's an arcade shooter. That's an arcade shooter. There's a difference.
Fair enough.
I do want to try that Gunfire Reborn though. I need to pick it up.
Dude, it's so good.
I was actually the other day whenever I bought Astroneer, I was actually gonna buy that too, but I forgot the name of it, so I didn't.
It is a really dope game.
Yeah.
But the more I played, it's like the same thing with the Monster Train. The more I played, the more frustrated I get how unrefined the game actually is. Like there's characters that basically just charge at you and they can almost like go through walls because it's just bad design. And I keep
Have you
dying
guys
because
talked
of
about
that.
this? Have you talked about this on previous podcasts or no?
Gunfire? No, not at all.
Yeah. So Gunfire is essentially like a looter shooter, dungeon crawler, first-person shooter game where you pick up items and weapons and all kind of other stuff to get through and kill the bosses, etc., etc. And it's completely RNG based, like North was saying. Like, but it's still a good time sink, especially with 4 people. It's really fun.
Was it Trevor
Yeah.
that was streaming it the last time you guys played?
Probably.
Okay, let me pull up, see if he's got some gameplay footage, because it did definitely look really interesting.
Yeah, it's still in beta or alpha, I think. And
Is it
it's
alpha?
like I said, it's very unrefined, but it does have many guns. So I like that because there's a bunch of guns you can basically pick up. New gun, there's I think like 4 different bows and 2 different kunais that I know, and I still have to unlock like 3 or 4 more weapons. And I made it to I think the 3rd boss, but I never beat it.
Oh my
It's-
god.
No,
It's
I
a
never
hard
beat the
game.
second one.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard game, and because it's incomplete, it makes it even harder.
Yeah.
F in chat for the glimmering.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys were saying something about
Best
that.
weapon in the game. They
Was it
nerfed
really
yeah.
that good?
Dude, it was awesome. It's a
was
kunai,
so
but like
good.
it would stick and explode in an enemy, and the damage was just gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ruined it.
This is the longest ad of all time.
Just get ad block.
Yeah.
I like to support my Twitch channels.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, I do actually have ad block. I just have it turned off for Twitch.
That's like real dedication.
All right. Man, there we go. I think that'll do it now.
But yeah, the game
Whammo.
is definitely easier if you play solo. That's at least how I feel. The enemies just go down way easier. And it's very hard if you're playing duos. You don't really get a chance to revive your friends. Oh yeah, the Trevor has that haircut.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Dude, I looked over and I saw it. That's why I've been smiling this whole time.
Twitch is being a real fart tonight. It's not one to play this video.
Damn. But yeah, it's definitely a hard game if you play with multiple players. Definitely with duos, because you don't get a chance to revive your friend mid-combat. And the timer...
Especially on a boss.
Yeah, and the timer goes down very fast. It's like 15 seconds. If you don't get him up, it's dead.
Dang.
And you can probably tank 1 to 3 hits, depending on the enemy. Like this guy probably, if you have a bad luck, he will one-shot you.
Yeah. Whoop. Little preview there. Yeah, it's not one to play, so we'll not worry
That's
about
all
it.
right.
Ah, fuck it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Go.
it makes me feel the same way that I feel about Risk of Rain though. Like it's one of those games I don't really want to play solo. You know what I mean? Like it's way more fun with people.
For sure.
Yeah.
But so is everything, man.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I feel like a lot of the games that are meant to, like, that have the 4-player like limit, it's so much better. Like they're just almost not playable alone. But whenever you get a bunch of your friends in there, that's whenever those type of games really shine. For sure.
Yeah, you were talking about you want to play something that is not first-person shooter and it's competitive. Or not necessarily competitive, but that instantly made me think about Fall Guys, because it's been such a great hit currently.
Have you played it, Joe?
Fall Guys or
Yeah.
no,
Fall
I
Guys.
haven't. I need to though.
Dude, it is so much fun.
Yeah, it
is
looks
so
fun.
much.
I need to.
I was
definitely
watching
need to get it.
Neohart play it earlier today, and the game it's intense, and you can do a lot of stuff just to mess with the other players.
Yeah, I was watching someone play it yesterday, and there was like, I guess that's like, I wasn't expecting there to be that many people in a game, but it seemed like there was like 40 or 50 people.
I think
this-
it starts with 60
That's
each.
nuts.
Yeah, each battle royale.
Yeah, I think so.
That's awesome.
It's so
And
good
then-
to see a battle royale game that's not, because I've not played one that wasn't a shooter. It's so good to see one that's just like a good, wholehearted, like almost like family fun kind of game. Even though I've never played a game that's so wholesome and still pisses me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wait like a month, and all the player base is gonna be like those sweaty, try-hard guys who just want to win or mess with everyone, and you'll have no chance of winning.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, I definitely need to play it now while there's tons of people playing it, because I feel like that, I mean, well, obviously that game is not going to be any fun if it's like not packed, I feel.
Yeah, and eventually it's gonna hit the point where there's a meta of doing stuff. How you, like, for instance, there's like this mini game where you have to grab a tail out of someone and then just like try to keep that tail on your team. So probably at some point, when people play that game over and over again, they get like some idea that maybe you should, like, I don't know, run in circles so no one catches it or something like that.
I think that's my biggest issue with that game is the fact that it's a battle royale and it's essentially every man for himself, but they have Because it's also it's set up like a Mario Party kind of. There's different mini games, but there's no reason for like an every man for himself game to have a team game within it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of unfair. If you're on the shitty team that loses, but you're still doing well in the rest of the game, you lose if your team sucks for that one mini game. That's the only thing I don't really like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how they actually arrange the teams. I'm pretty sure they might have like some sort of balancing system depending on.
Yeah, I don't know
who
if
got
there's
first.
MMR or what.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to bet that they probably don't have something like that.
Yeah. Because it's all about that randomness, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they almost want you to be that bad. Like, it's okay if you get, because there's no way you're gonna remember like somebody, like one guy, you know, giving you the shaft. You're not gonna remember that one guy screwing you over. So they don't really care if everyone in the game is better than you, because you're not gonna know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there's like an achievement for winning like 3 times in a row, because apparently they already encountered like cheaters who would have like basically like speed hacking, and they would just run so much faster than anyone else and just ruin the game basically. Because
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's so dumb.
That sucks.
Like, why would you cheat in such an wholesome game? Why would you do that? Like, I get it if you're like competitive FPS shooter, it's probably makes you feel good, but in a game like that, why do you have to ruin the game by cheating? Why?
Yeah.
Honestly, though, hats off to Devolver.
Oh, I didn't realize that's who made it.
Yeah. They didn't. I mean, there's no way they could have expected it to do this well. That's why it had so many server issues. But it's crushing it right now.
Yeah, I know they did a lot of testing, but no amount of testing will measure how well it will do on release.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm that kind of game I feel like is what people need right now. It's just like mindless goofery, and that's all right. Sometimes that's
something to take your mind off COVID and
I
don't know, all the bad stuff in the world.
Yeah, everything else.
Yeah. I think I never played it, but I watched it enough to know what the game is all about. But I think they had some sort of trouble playing it as a group. Like, basically, if you go to the game as a group, but then let's say one of you drops out on the first round, then you have to wait for those two to finish the game.
Yeah, it's like a battle royale. You have to watch the rest of it.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of funny because you can't like see necessarily who is your friend there, because it doesn't have like any indicator.
When I first got the game, I'm pretty sure that it had names, but now everybody's name is like Fall Guys 7624 or something like that. Like they changed everybody's names to just have generic names.
I think that makes sense. There's no reason to have the names. Otherwise, you would be like, "Oh, I know that's the streamer. I'm gonna pull him off the edge and ruin his game."
Yeah, fair enough.
I wonder how much that actually did play into it, because people do that kind of crap all the time, and it's super frustrating to see. So I bet that did have something to do with it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, because a lot of people do stream it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching a stream the other day where there was one person and then like 6 other streamers were also in that game playing. So yeah. And they were all in one Discord call, and it was pandemonium the whole time. You couldn't understand what anybody was saying. But it looks super fun. I definitely want to scoop it up sometime soon.
I would suggest it for sure.
Do you know how much it is offhand?
$20.
Yeah.
$20 ain't bad at all.
No.
I hope to see that they will develop the game more. Maybe have like new levels or something.
Yeah.
I do know you can like, I guess you get like points. I don't remember what the currency is called, but you can unlock like new type of skins. For instance,
Yeah, every level you unlock new stuff too.
Yeah,
I got you.
there's like a bunch of different kind of things. You can be like a furry or a hot dog or whatever floats your boat.
A furry or a hot dog? Are those the only options, or
only options? You can be either furry or a hot dog.
There's also real money currency. I did see, but I mean,
Is there?
what's a game nowadays to not have real,
yeah?
Is it real money transactions?
Do you buy just skins and stuff with the real money?
Yeah,
currency?
there's literally nothing you can get in that game that actually affects your gameplay. Like, you just look a little cuter or weirder,
That's what it's about.
Cuter or weirder?
Yeah. I'm pink and purple, also a hot dog.
Yep.
Nothing too bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad at all. I'm okay with that kind of stuff.
Ain't buying unless I can be a burrito. There actually might be a burrito.
I wouldn't be shocked. A Tic Tac. That's awesome.
Yeah, they look like hard-boiled eggs or Tic Tacs or something. Like, they're really weird creatures.
Yeah, and they look so cute when they like jump and they do like a tummy splash and and they have like hard time getting up. And they run like their hands are like all the way up to the shoulders and they run like this.
That's how I run.
Yeah. That's really good. So
But go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so is like the movement, is it almost like that one game where you just have to throw people off the edge? What's that one called?
It's not that wonky. That's
Okay.
Gang Beasts.
Yes, Gang Beasts, yeah.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as wonky. It does have like, it's almost like a delay. If you stop moving, you still move a little bit. So you have to like kind of undercompensate. Is that
Yeah, you can undercompensate.
I don't
I
know.
remember
Yeah.
you saying that before, and we
Did
still
I?
haven't figured out. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm still not sure.
undercompensate.
Is that a word?
Yeah, is that a word?
Throwback to high school. I was an idiot then too.
But imagine like compensate is like the perfect word because you can over or undercompensate, but it still means the same thing because you compensate for something, whether it's more or less.
So maybe you just need to compensate.
Fucking
Yeah.
big brain.
You can just say compensate. You can compensate.
Maybe
Undercompensate is the word. There we go.
maybe undercompensate is where you compensate down too much. So it would just be compensate.
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
Yeah. Look at us learning. We're teaching people things.
It's the most sober stoner conversation I've had in a long time.
Another completely unrelated weird word thing. Bi-monthly can either mean twice a month or every other month.
You don't want that in your contract.
Oh, if it's twice a month, wouldn't that be bi-weekly?
Well, you could say bi-weekly, but you can also say bi-monthly to mean the same thing.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that at all.
So it's either twice a month or once every other month. It's real stupid. Anyway, that just made me think of that. But
So, Joe, what have you been playing
Yeah.
since we just popped off over here?
What's
no,
on your
that's
mind?
fine. I've just been playing Ghost of Tsushima on the stream, and then what else have I been playing? I really haven't been playing that much lately. Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy 12 still. I think that's about it. I don't think I've really played too much new lately.
Do tell about Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of...
Tsushima.
It's fun. Have you played it at all?
No, I haven't.
It's pretty good. I don't want to bring up my gameplay if Twitch is going to be a fart tonight, but it's really interesting. There's a lot of historical stuff in it, like actual land areas, and like it's the Mongolian invasion on Japan. And you're like the last samurai. Like all the other samurais get murdered right at the beginning of the show, at the beginning of the game. But and so like you're trying to save your uncle, which is like the Lord of Tsushima, and everyone else is dead, and you're just like wandering around. Basically, it's like the Avengers, but for samurai. You're just wandering around Tsushima trying to find all the badasses you can find. Like the first person you find is like the greatest archer in the world, and then you get some old lady who just murders everybody. She is the deadliest person in that game is like a 70-year-old woman. And you constantly have to tell her not to kill people. I'm not exaggerating. Like all
Really?
the time. Yes. You have to tell her not to kill people because she is out for blood.
Can you stop killing for 5 fucking seconds?
Yeah. And that, like, at one point you're talking to this woman named Hina, and you're looking for her husband because he's a traitor, and you're talking to just her and the old ladies outside, or she would already be dead. And you're like, if you can tell us where Sato is, I'll make sure, I'll do my best to make sure he lives. And you go outside and tell the old woman that, and she's just like, why'd you lie to her? And it's like, and he's like, I didn't. I'll do my best to stop you, but I won't be in the way of justice. And she's like, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, like you have to stop this old woman from killing like everybody you meet because which is rightfully so. Like you find out as soon as you meet her, so I don't feel like this is a big spoiler, but her entire family was murdered because someone sold them out. Like her sister, her grandkids, her daughter, everybody was murdered by Mongolians and traitors. So she is out for blood, and it actually has like a lot of heart-wrenching moments. Like there's this one part where you're just sitting on like a cliff face and everything's already done. She's already vengeanced out at this point. And you sit there and she's just like, there's supposed to be music here. Every time the seasons would change, me and my grandkids would play music. And you have the option of pulling out a flute and playing music with her. And it was just like a really sweet, it was a really nice moment in that game where everyone is dying. It's definitely good. I'm enjoying it. And it does have multiple ways to play it. Like you can be a samurai, but you can also be a ninja, or what they refer to it as a ghost. But if you become a ninja and start doing more ninja things, I think people will actually start to treat you different. I haven't done it a lot, so I'm not 100% on that. But I know the first time you do a ninja thing, you have a flashback to your uncle saying, "That's not very honorable." And it's like, dude, you got a point. So, yeah.
So it's like an unspoken karma system kind of.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, like every time
how's gameplay?
I think the gameplay is pretty solid. It's you have like different stances that you go in because there's different enemies that you fight against. So there's like single sword, double sword, sword and shield, and then like pole arms. And then there's just like big brutes that you have to fight. And each one of those different styles, of course, specializes against a different type of guy. So it's really, and you really benefit. And this is probably the best part of the different stances, is the benefit that you get from switching stances to specifically fight against that guy is just too good to ignore. Like you're not going to be able to just sit in the stone stance, which is just good against two swords. You're not going to be able to sit in that and do a fight. You have to like constantly switch back and forth, and I think it's a really engaging gameplay that way.
Probably my favorite part of the game is the part where you like go to like a settlement, I guess, and you go in there, just walk in there, and some dude comes up like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And they all like circle around you, and like toughest guy comes up there like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you up," and then he like prepares to strike, and you're just like ready there and go, whoosh, and he's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what, anytime you approach Mongols, even if it's a town or just like a random group of them walking down the road, you can just walk up and be like, "Send out your strongest dude," and then you just murder him on the spot. It's perfect. And then more people try to attack you, and you just kill them too. You can up like your combo. So, of course, it's like a samurai duel. So he's just like, whip, and then that dude's dead. And then another guy comes, and you just whoop, that dude's dead. And then swoop, and you've killed 3 people before you actually even start playing in the camp. Yeah.
I think the only gameplay I've seen was of you, what was that, last night or the night before?
Last night, yeah.
And, like, you're fighting, like, 30 different samurais, and there's just a random guy standing there. And I'm like, why is that guy not doing anything? You're like, He's like a bard, man. He's just chilling.
Yeah.
They just play music. They're about peace.
Yeah, it's really funny because that dude is all over the place. You meet
Really?
that, yeah, you meet that, not minstrels in general, that guy. Like, he just wanders around the countryside playing music and telling stories.
And he's always in danger like that?
Pretty much. Like like, I mean, it like has a story reason. You go to him and he tells you a legend. And you have to go like track down the people that are associated with that legend, and you learn like different techniques and get different armors and stuff like that. So he's actually pretty helpful. So, but yeah, most of the time he's just like, oh, I don't want to die, and I'm like, gosh dang it.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to play the game twice to like fully grasp the game, because you have the samurai way and then you have the ninja way.
Yeah.
And according to the whatever release trailer or showcase, apparently if you do a lot of ninja stuff, you like the enemy starts like fear you. Like at the middle of the night, if you like throw dust at some dude's face, everyone will like get scared and maybe like run away and stuff. Like eventually they get like super scared because some ghost is hunting basically, and people are just dying out of nowhere.
Yeah. I feel like there is like some kind of hidden intimidation gauge, because sometimes whenever I kill somebody on like the standoff where you go into town and initially attack, sometimes I'll kill those guys, and then if there's only like one or two dudes left, they'll actually turn tail and run. Like they'll actually try to run away. I chase them down and murder them dead, but they try. So I think there is some kind of like hidden intimidation gauge, and I wouldn't be surprised if being the ninja actually helped a lot on that.
Oh yeah, you remember the videos I sent you? And there was like this dude on the cliff, next to the cliff, and the samurai just like hits them off the cliff.
Yeah.
And the dude falls down, and then eventually he just like flings back up on the ledge.
Dead.
He dies.
Yeah. It's too funny. I know the Rose sent me a video too where it's one guy and he's like on the top of a house and he jumps off, and there's so many archers that they just repeatedly shoot him, and he's just like bouncing through the air for like a solid minute.
I think I did see that.
It's too good. And yeah, he's just got tons and tons of heals. I don't know how he survived. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's a good game. I definitely would recommend it if you've got a PS4. Unfortunately, it is a PS4 exclusive, but it is a good game. So, other than that, I haven't really been playing too much at all. I grinded. I think this weekend the game I played the most was Final Fantasy 12. I think I grinded for like 4 hours on Final Fantasy 12. Like 4 or 5 hours, easy.
Yeah, you were in Voice the other night, and like we were all talking, having a good time, and you mentioned something about 12, and Tom was like, "Are you playing right now?" And you were like, "Yeah, I've been grinding for a couple hours."
Yeah, like from the moment I stepped into chat, I was grinding.
I can't wait to play Zodiac Age. I really, as far as I'm aware, it's coming out on Game Pass. I just don't know when. But I don't want to play. I played through the original a little bit on PS2,
Yeah.
and it feels like such a slog to me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Zodiac Age, I want to restart and play that way.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of a video for a walkthrough part that I couldn't figure out for a hunt, and it was from the PS2, and it hurt my eyes. I was in physical pain. Like you don't think, whenever you see like a few hard edges and a few questionable textures, you're like, this remaster isn't that good, and then you go back and you're like, all right, I take it back. That's how I feel anyway, because looking back on that, it's rough. It's hard to look at.
I was playing on a CRT TV, so it wasn't that bad. Even though like those things always killed my eyes in the first place, it's probably why my glasses are 3 inches thick. But it looked a lot better on that than when I hooked it up to my computer and played on the computer. I don't know that it makes a difference. I don't have an upscaler though.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm sure the remaster looks way better.
Oh yeah, it's night and day. Like if you were to show me the same characters in 2 different areas, I would just think that one was a sequel. Like that.
Really?
That's how much different it looks. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough to look at. I would definitely recommend looking at it and just being and thinking about it. But I know that the Zodiac Age is going to be on Game Pass, right?
Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure when. They haven't really mentioned anything. I know 7's coming out soon, maybe this month or next month.
That'd be nice. Yeah, CRTs, the reason they look better on those old consoles is because there's less pixel bleeding, so it looks less blurry. It's like coax and RCA are really bad at separating those colors along the signal, so they just look like farts.
Too real, man. I relate.
Same. All right. So speaking of some games here, like we have been, did you guys happen to see any of the State of Play stuff from PlayStation?
Yeah, I definitely checked out like the most of the games that I was interested in, but the one that really piqued my interest was Godfall.
All right, let me see if I can not make this one bad. What do you say?
I did pull up some stuff that was said in the trailer, or like the gameplay showcase.
There it is.
So
Yeah,
there it is. It's pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
It's made by the same people. Well, no, it's not made. It's published by Gearbox, so it's published by the same people that made of course, the Borderlands games. It's developed by like Counterplay Studios.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah,
never heard of them.
Well, they've only ever made one other game, and it was a digital TCG.
That's it?
Yeah, it's called Duelist.
Wow.
Yeah.
Duelist?
Yeah, with a Y.
It reminds me, not the game obviously itself, but the way it looks right now reminds me of like a God of War kind of hack and slash.
Yeah, and that's definitely kind of along the lines of what it is. They call it a looter slasher. So, and I think that's obviously, I feel like that's the Gearbox influence.
Yeah.
Because they did mention like it's heavily revolving around gameplay and looting. So I'm not going to expect much story out of this, but they said that what they want, like above all else, is for the actual combat to feel super fluid and just fun to do. So hopefully it is. Like I said, it looks pretty fun. Those armors are different things you can get in the game, and they seem pretty sick too.
Yeah, I really like how those armors look, and I think they said that they have 5 different weapon types. They have like longsword, dual sword, pole arm, warhammer, and a great sword. So there's plenty to choose from, and they all have like different play styles, of course.
Yeah.
I assume all single player, right?
Up to
No.
3.
Oh, okay. So I saw Tom mention something about an MMO. That's why I asked.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure if he's referring to this or not. I think he was making a goof. Was Godfall an MMO at one point?
I don't know. But yeah, it definitely feels like that they, especially the loot progression system, is Gearbox influence.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's very hard to tell how they're gonna like implement that. Is it gonna be very Borderlands type, where it just drops an item and that's pretty much it?
Yeah, I don't think I'm seeing a whole lot of gameplay with like loot pickups and stuff right now.
I didn't see any loot in this,
Yeah.
Sully.
I saw one, I think.
Unless they just pop up on the side of the screen, like you don't physically pick them up, but that's kind of lame.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they did say that it's supposed to be like very fluid, the combat, but it seems kind of wonky to me. And the enemies seem stupid. Like they're just like staring at the dude.
Yeah.
I think it's something that they will like eventually change, but it doesn't seem like it's necessarily very hard. But they
what
did
is this
say
big
that,
guy doing?
I
He's
think
just chilling.
I think the AI almost has to be turned off for these for these things.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
got to be on easy mode. I hope.
Well, it better be on. I expect my enemies to at least attack even on easy mode.
Yeah, they did.
The
they
big
did say
scary
that-
guy's just chilling, not doing anything. That's not even a threat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought the same thing because very early in the trailer, there's just like these 3 very slow walking red dudes that just come up to him and he just kills them. Like, man, I don't want that.
yeah. They said that the game is driven by the loot and the game or the gamer skill,
Yeah,
basically. But I
Wait,
don't
so
know how-
enemies are adaptive to? Is that what you mean? Like to your
No,
capabilities?
like the gameplay is driven by the loot and skill. Like that's
Okay.
how you. They don't want you to have like a godlike weapon, and it doesn't matter what you do, you just kill everyone. Basically, it's
Okay.
like you still have to like put in effort and actually like learn to play the game to progress.
they did
And
say.
I think that's a good idea because most of the games are like you just get so good stuff that you don't have to work for it anymore. You just like breeze through the game.
Yeah. They did say that it's more beneficial to be aggressive in this game though.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's not just a hack and slash. So
Yeah, it's very hard to make. In my opinion, it's very hard to make a game that favors aggression, but doesn't mean that you just like slash through everything, because then it's just easy. You just press one button and you beat everything.
yeah.
That's
Now-
usually how they make the games harder, is basically to force you to have like blocks and stuff.
Yeah. Now you do have
Imagine,
a
like-
shield on every weapon
Yeah.
too though, so that's nice.
And
Yeah,
it
the
does look
shield
like
is-
there's a counter mechanic. That's kind of exciting.
Yeah, basically like the Sekiro type of parry. When you hit the block at the same time the enemy hits, you get like a free hit in.
Yeah. It definitely looks promising, but I mean, with this being a second time developer, I mean they've made one other game and it's a TCG. I don't know.
Yeah, it all comes down how refined the game ends up being, because this can either be very good or mediocre. Because
Yeah, I can't imagine Gearbox slapping their name on like a total dumpster fire. So it's got to be at least okay.
Yeah.
Could be wrong,
I think
though.
this reminds me about God of War a lot.
Yeah,
Especially the
definitely the
dual swords.
movement.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot about the gameplay that definitely reminds me of God of War 4.
the slide mechanic is pretty neat too. But in my opinion, it's not smooth enough. Like the transition after sliding to walking, and it feels like you're like, I don't know, like invested in that slide, and then you have to hope that you don't get hit when the sliding stops.
Something I think is really neat, that is just like a small thing, is whenever he teleports forward, the camera doesn't teleport with him. Like watch this
Yeah.
part of it.
So you get to watch it happen, kind of.
Yeah. So like he's
You're
about
also
to get,
invulnerable, or like,
right,
you don't
right.
take damage.
That actually,
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
It kind of slowly zooms in on it.
Yeah, it's not like jarring, it doesn't jerk you forward or anything like that. I think that's a neat little addition for that.
Also, they said that they're not gonna have any microtransaction, which is kind of weird that you have to say it out loud nowadays. And everything is unlockable. Everything is unlocked through gameplay, and everything will be released on day one, which is kind of weird because 1.0 nowadays don't really mean anything. You just have to wait for everything to go, have like DLCs and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's good.
Yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be good. That honestly, like, of what we saw, that was really the only thing that super jumped out at me. trying to think, Bug Snacks, but we had already seen some stuff about that on some Nintendo stuff where you just go around and eat stuff and then you become partially whatever you eat. It's really goofy.
Are you talking about the state of play?
Yeah. Sorry, I kind of jumped there. Yeah, I mean on the
Bug Snacks?
Bug Snacks with an X, yeah.
I don't even remember seeing that one.
Appeared about halfway through is what this GameSpot thing says.
Yeah. Also, there was the game called Hood Outlaws and Legends. It kind of reminded me of Mordhau, but also people made like statements that it looks like Assassin's Creed, and like the top comment on YouTube video about it was, "It's really ironic how everybody can create an Assassin's Creed game except Ubisoft." So maybe.
What an absolute savage thing to say.
Yeah.
It's not a lie.
Yeah.
All right.
It's basically like a medieval dark theme.
I'll bring up the
fighting
trailer.
game.
It's only a couple minutes.
Yeah.
You said Mordhau, and I was excited, but then you said Assassin's Creed, and I just went limp again.
I think it's because of the
shadows
graphical design and the age,
running
because it
between
looks
the
like
street,
that medieval age with the castles and like camps.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the game is about because they just show very little like actual game play at the end of the video. But this is just, I don't know, showing something.
Yeah,
I don't know what is this supposed to be.
This is just the reveal trailer.
Yeah,
Oh, there's no gameplay in this?
I don't think in this.
I think it's a little bit at the end, maybe. I think I saw one video, and I think this is the only one there is.
Oh, is it
a
PvP? Like what the hell is that other?
Oh, is
one?
this like a Oh, this is kind of like that one chivalry game mode maybe.
Or what's that like samurai game that was? God, I can't even think of it.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Sekiro?
No, it's a like a PvP game.
I don't know.
For honor.
Oh, For Honor. Yeah, that had
Yeah.
Vikings and stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
this
maybe
is
they're
DLC.
Maybe they're like defending that box, and the attackers have to get to the box or something.
Is that Kratos?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that Kratos?
This is actually after God of War 5, and he already killed Thor and took that big ass hammer. Oh, that looked like
yeah.
gameplay for half a second.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
there
that
we
was
are.
it. Just hey, we have vaulting.
All right. What about that
Here we
gameplay,
go.
fellas?
There it is.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
it's just like Mordhau.
legends.
Nah,
Look at
dude.
those buildings. For a second there, it could have been Mordhau.
That's how buildings looked
not
back
more
then,
now.
North. It's just old.
It's so much better in first
It's
person.
just
anyways.
old.
Yeah, that's interesting. I could get behind that. I do like those type of like defender type games, because that was always, I played Chivalry quite a bit, and that was always my favorite game mode in that. Is there like there's like Defend the King, where if you're on the defense, you're just trying to stop the attacker from approaching, and then if you're on the attack, you're like burning down towns to cut off supplies, and you have to break down doors and wheel in carts and stuff, and then someone becomes the king and you got to kill him. I thought that those are my favorite Chivalry game modes. So if this is anything like that, that'll be a lot of fun.
Let me know if you get it, dude. I'll get on that shit.
It doesn't come out till next year, so I'll probably forget entirely about it until it's hyped up
We
again.
might be dead by then.
True.
Nobody knows.
Literally.
It's a weird time in history.
Yeah. Dude, it's already
Also-
8 months into 2020. That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, isn't that weird? I feel like I've done absolutely nothing this year.
Literally nothing.
Nothing.
Also, what piqued my interest was the Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time.
Yeah, I forgot
looked-
that was in there.
That looked really nice. I think it's really nice. And sort of combines everything that we've seen through 1, 2, 3. Because they have like that classic 2D platformer type,
Mm-hmm.
and they still have like those, basically the map designs from the third game and the second game. I think this is very promising.
I'm gonna mute it.
And you
'cause
can
it
also
feels like there's just someone
every
talking.
map you can play with the Crash. You can play with Coco, the female Crash.
The sexy one.
Yeah, the sexy one, because that's a
The sexy one. Huh?
equality and stuff, you know.
I guess you
if you
don't
wanna
play the
be a
hot
girl in the
dog in
game.
Fall Guys.
Me?
Yeah,
Oh, the hot dog's the sexy one.
Well, I just figured, you know, given the options and you just called Coco sexy, I figured you went with not the hot dog.
I mean, the Wolfman is completely available, like, I think as soon as you get the game. So if you want to be a furry day one, all yours, man.
So I didn't grow up with a PS1. Is Coco, is she brand new? Like, is she just now playable, or was she playable back then too?
I thought she
think-
was the chick that was on the bonus levels. Or am I wrong?
She was like the picture on the bonus levels, like you collect the.
Yeah.
I think she was like at the end of the bonus level, like me too, like there. Hey, but
I'm
don't
not
think
really
you-
up on my Crash lore, so I'm not really sure if she was ever important at all.
I think you could play her on third game, but I might be talking out of my ass there.
I think CTR, but I don't
Yeah.
remember actually ever controlling her.
Yeah.
You can also play with Neo Cortex, which is on some levels you can play with that, and you can also play with Dingo, which
tell
is
me-
something that you never could have done before on besides the Nitro Crash card. And also they have skins, and there are no microtransactions, by the way.
What?
But
Was that it?
yeah.
Why are you saying this for every game?
Because they mentioned in the trailer that no, they actually didn't say microtransaction. They said no MTX because that's hip and cool instead of saying microtransaction. It's not a microtransaction. It's an MTX, whatever that means.
Is anybody else irritated that this is like a disclaimer that you have to have now in video games?
Yep.
Yeah, it definitely sucks.
But you remember they said about the new Crash Nitro card thing. It didn't have microtransaction at first, but later, after like few updates, they actually have. They have it now.
Yeah.
They just released it later.
Yeah, that was really I don't know what wording they got away with to do that, but I know that because now you have to put that if it has microtransactions, you have to put that in the ESRB rating. So I know
Yeah,
that's why they didn't launch it with microtransactions, but I don't know what promotional wording they used to push that
I
they
think
didn't
they
have
said something along the lines that people wanted like microtransactions or skins, and that's why they did it.
Yeah. I love
I wonder if
buying
they say
skins.
like no microtransactions upon release and then they change that, if that changes their ESRB rating.
Oh, there's the dingo.
Well-
Apparently, yep.
Oh dang. I'll play as Dingo.
Show me that dingo.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that they do that solely because the majority of people buy it right whenever it comes out, so they'll
Yeah.
already have the box that doesn't have that on there, so they don't even care if they have to add it later. They already got 90% of their sales whenever they didn't have them.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, it's shady stuff.
Also, you can replay every level like you normally do, but you can they changed the levels.
This
There's,
looks
like,
really
different-
cool.
Yeah, basically
I'm
there
sorry.
was like the thing where you like paint stuff to make your way, and then there's like instead of collecting apples, you collect like berries, and they have like different filters, and they also have like different changes to the levels. Like there's different kind of traps and stuff.
This looks super neat, dude.
Yeah,
I might.
It-
Yeah, I think I'm gonna jump on this bandwagon.
yeah, they said that this was definitely for those completionist dudes who want to unlock everything.
It makes me want to buy the collection 1 through 3.
Yeah, in the past they usually had like the trio that like the time event, and collect like different crystals and something like that. When you like replay the level, you can do that. But they just wanted to do something else. Also, they have like these new masks. There's like, I think 5 of them, but they only showcased 4 of them in the trailer.
Did they show the Wooga Booga Booga mask?
I don't think I saw
which
the
one is
regular
that?
mask in there.
The original, like the wooden
I think-
tiki mask.
I'm
You
not
picked
sure
it
if
up and it was like Wooga Booga Booga. You guys don't
I'm not
remember
sure
that?
if it's
No, I
on that
definitely
one.
remember that. I didn't even play those games, and I remember ooga booga booga.
Yeah, but that was definitely like it seems.
It looks really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they go back to their roots, but they still try to create something new at the same time.
Yeah, I definitely that has definitely piqued my interest for sure.
Yeah,
Because I remember when
Very
it was
nice.
like first shown, and I wasn't that crazy about it. But after seeing all that little bit of gameplay, it seems pretty sick.
it's like every single time there's like a new console, there's gonna be those guys who make a new game, which is like Ratchet and Clank and Crash Bandicoot and I don't know, all of the like the common names.
Yeah.
I just want to hear Rockstar release or like say that they're developing something other than Red Dead.
Well,
Sorry.
apparently there was,
What happened?
I don't know if it was a leak, but there was mention of somebody in their LinkedIn profile that said that they were working on Grand Theft Auto 6. And there was like a big deal about
Must
it
have
a
been a
while
meme.
ago. I don't think it was a meme, dude. It was like people were making a real fucking big deal about it. But I think they removed it from their resume since.
You know, I think I remember hearing something about that or seeing something about that myself. But who knows? It could have been a meme.
They also
New GTA update or online update. Yep, that's it.
They also showcased Hitman 3, Braid, the Anniversary Edition, The Pathless, Spelunky 2, Eon Must Die, Anno Mutationum, Star Wars Vader Immortal, which is PSVR game. I'm not sure what kind of VR stuff PS has, and because I don't have one. And the Control is gonna have a new DLC. This game called Pedestrian, and Temtem, which is the Pokemon like.
Temtem.
I hope
Did you ever play Temtem?
I hope Tim is good. I've played it a little bit and it didn't wow me. So I put it down. I didn't want to ruin it for me. So I put it down and I'm just going to wait until it releases and hope that they make it more engaging, because it wasn't bad, but it was just Pokemon. That's it.
Pokemon Light.
It's a bad
Pretty much.
Pokemon.
It was just Pokemon. It wasn't even bad Pokemon. It was just Pokemon. But like if I would just play Pokemon if I wanted to play Pokemon.
Wasn't there mention of a new Spider-Man game that is completely exclusive to PlayStation 5?
Yeah, the
Or no, I'm sorry, not
Miles.
5, but just PlayStation in general. I think it comes out like next month.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I'm pretty sure. I forget what. I think it was the Rooster Teeth podcast I was listening to that made mention of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look into that. But
Exclusive to. Oh, okay, maybe that's what it was. My bad. Spider-Man is
Oh.
exclusive to the Avengers game. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I thought it was a
Spider-Verse
full
tie-in. Is it that?
I'm not real sure.
Exclusive to PS4 on the
That's what it
Avengers
was.
game.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting. So is it? That's weird.
That's kind
What
of
does
dumb.
that mean? I don't understand what it means.
'Cause
So it's a
Explain it to me.
character that you can only get on PlayStation 4 in the Avengers game.
Yeah.
So like Avengers on the Xbox or any other platform that it's on, you can't use that specific Spider-Man. PlayStation 4 gets it because that's
Well,
fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna get a PlayStation just because of the Spider-Man.
I didn't mean to get mad about that, but that's fucking ridiculous.
now hold on, Sully. It's not like this is the first time. If
I know, but it's stupid.
it is a little stupid, but if
I don't
they,
even care about Marvel.
if they do it, if they give the other consoles their own halfway decent exclusives, I won't be mad. But if
I don't think they are though. I think this is
Really?
the only thing that's been announced.
okay,
Yeah.
that sucks. That sucks because they used to
Yeah.
do that. Did you ever play any of the Soul Calibers?
Yeah, and like each platform got their own guy.
Yeah,
Like,
and that was cool. I liked that. But if they're only going to give Sony an exclusive character, that sucks.
I don't know. I think it's just horse shit. It's horse shit. This exclusivity thing, like, I get it, I understand, but like, man, just quit it.
Yeah.
It's petty.
Stop.
I think all that does is just like fuel the console war, kind of like any kind of situation like that fuels console wars.
Yeah. Because if people start doing that, it's just going to get worse and worse.
Yeah. Plus, we all know PC's master race, anyways.
True. True.
Yeah, but can we just all agree that PlayStation still won the console wars? It's over. Can we just like have peace now?
I mean,
No?
they're definitely winning, I think.
I think Switch is actually.
Are you
correct
winning
me if
yet,
I'm wrong.
Dad?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Switch is actually coming up on almost surpassing sales on the NES, which
I think it's number 3 right now. I think it's number
It is-
3.
extremely mind blowing to me
Yeah.
that it blew up that quick.
Yeah. I don't even consider Nintendo in the console wars anymore. They're Sweden. they're just neutral. They're just there.
I mean, they're like their own class, honestly. Like
Yeah.
they don't. Yeah, it's always Xbox, PlayStation 4, and then there's Nintendo doing like cute kids games that adults love to play.
Absolutely.
There's
But
nothing
that-
wrong with that, by the way, because it's awesome. But
Yeah. Nintendo doesn't really have anything to offer to me necessarily because I never got into like Mario games or Super Smash Brothers or any of that stuff. It's not for me. But if I were to get a console, I would still highly consider Switch just because of the handheld at the same time.
Yeah.
So simple.
there's like over the past few months, like it's been very adult heavy in my life, if you know what I mean. Like I've had a lot of responsibilities that I feel like I haven't really paid that much attention to in a long time. And there's this little kid inside of me just screaming for a Nintendo console. And I need a Switch. I need to get one. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet.
Yeah. I
But
almost
in my opinion, the Switch is like super underpowered, especially if you compare them to the next
I mean,
generation.
It doesn't need much though.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's Nintendo.
But it has Overwatch,
Overwatch is super easy to run, to be fair.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overwatch
it's not
takes
very
a lot.
it's not very hard on your console or your system.
I remember seeing like memes that it's basically Overwatch, but all like the details in the walls was like just plain white walls.
Oh wow. Yeah, I know that
because the
that's
Switch can't run it.
that's what they end up doing a lot of times is just like removing shaders and stuff, and it just looks like a
Yeah.
fart. Like I know that that's what they did with Mortal Kombat 11, because Mortal Kombat 11 actually looks super good. Mortal Kombat's graphics are awesome, and then you look at it on the Switch, and it's like, oh man, I didn't know that I went back to a 360, because like all the shaders and details are gone. Yeah, in my mind, Nintendo is almost a genre on its own. Like even though like Mario is obviously a platformer, but I don't think anyone has to. You don't have to like say, "Oh yeah, Mario's a platformer." No one has to say that. At no point has anyone had to specify that Mario's a platformer. And I feel like they have a lot of games that are like that, where it's just like Nintendo. You just know what they are. So in my mind, their games aren't even in like the same ballpark as like Sony and Xbox games.
No, I feel like if you showed somebody 10 different games and there was only one Nintendo game in there, like even if it was not well known, they'd be able to pick out that Nintendo game because there's just like a weird charm to most of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And that is obviously heavily influenced by my bias and eternal undying love for Nintendo. So.
Fair enough.
But it's very cool of Nintendo to add indie games to the Switch. I think that's very nice.
Yeah.
Didn't they kill their online store though?
Or
Or maybe that was.
I don't think so. They killed now the Wii. I think it was the regular Wii. Well, I was thinking I wasn't sure if it was the Wii or the Wii U. But one of those just recently killed their online services, so maybe that's what you're thinking of?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, that would suck if they killed their online store. That's where all those indie things are. Which is probably the best part about the Switch is like it's a $200, basically a $200 indie machine at worst, and you can buy like $5 and $10 indie games, and you'll never run out because they put like every single indie title on there. So, yeah, I don't even know how we got on to Nintendo.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Because of console wars, that's why.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, the state of play was pretty good. Console wars suck. Nintendo's winning it.
Yeah.
What else has been going on? Let me scroll up in our chat here to see what we were going to talk about.
I don't know. We didn't really talk about Astroneer that much.
Oh yeah, we can talk about Astroneer.
It's
Astroneer
like
was cool.
In my opinion, it's simplified No Man's Sky.
Yeah. I only played it for I think I only played it with you guys for like an hour and a half or 2 hours. But it absolutely was a blast. Like it is way simpler than No Man's Sky, so you don't have to worry about like that kind of stuff. You know, because No Man's Sky has so much grinding and stuff. That's why I couldn't get into it.
Then there's so much like extra lore and like language you have to learn, and
yeah,
I don't.
Which is fine.
That
like,
game's too deep.
If you're wanting that, but if you're not wanting that, it's a bear.
Yeah,
bear and a half.
Yeah. So this is,
but yeah,
just to give this dude a shout out while we're using his YouTube channel for gameplay. This is Z1 Gaming. I just don't want to steal his stuff and not give him credit.
I've been watching this guy a lot, by the way.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know, I was like learning new stuff about the game, so I've been checking his content out.
Yeah, cool.
He's a good dude.
So yeah, one of you guys want to explain a little bit, because I only played it for like an hour and a half.
I mean, basically, you start the game off, you just like land on the planet, and you have to go around collecting different resources as per any other survival game to build like printers to make new items and etc. etc. Like you can smelt new minerals, pull like gases out of the atmosphere to use to craft different things, and then eventually, like further along the line, you have to go to these like pillars that go to the center of the earth and unlock them, and you can travel in between planets. I think there's like what, 9 or 7 planets, I forget.
7 planets.
But like you travel in between the planets, you unlock those. I don't know, we haven't really made it that far. Like basically, we every time we play, we just like spend hours and hours and hours on the first world, and then occasionally go to a different planet just to get a resource that isn't available on the first one. But
yeah, basically, it's what I mean by that. It's super simplified. Is you can make most of the beginning stuff with 2 different components, which is resin and compound, and you can pretty much like survive on that. It's that simple. You can create more platforms. You can create more tethers to carry out the oxygen, because you still, if you want to leave your camp, you need oxygen, and there's only limited supply you can carry with you.
I feel like that's
yeah.
an important distinction to make too. That's like a big gameplay element, is the oxygen thing.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool.
And also you have power. You need the power to craft stuff, and also if you have like mods to your drill gun or whatever that is called, it also drains power. Basically, you make it more efficient, but you drain power. And also, if you make it to the real end game, you can make an oxygenator, a portable one, which basically uses the power from your backpack to create oxygen, so you can survive longer.
essentially, like, since there are no like extremely hostile mobs in this game, because all there really is like plants that kind of blow up or attack you. That's it. So if you don't go near them, you're fine. But like the biggest boss of the game is just like your power and oxygen management. Like you walk too far away and you just kind of forget and you just hear your thing going bing boom, and you look and you have no oxygen. So there's like this thing above your head. It's like you're suffocating, and I'm screaming into the mic for 3 seconds while everybody laughs at me. And that's the most extremely difficult part about this game.
Yeah.
Is not killing yourself on accident. Or like Trevor did, he built a like big giant slide up into the sky to see how far he could go, and then on the way down, it's so steep that you can't get footing, so you just start sliding. Well, I hit the bottom of it and just like shot off into space and died immediately. So, I mean, pretty much you'll kill yourself really stupid ways in this game, but there's no enemy that'll kill you.
Yeah, I know. The other night the other day, whenever we were playing, we went down and we made a slide kind of like this to get down into the earth. And I was like, oh, I can make it down there and get back up. No big deal. I'll just wait until I'm about halfway done. I didn't anticipate the fact that I slid down there way faster than I can walk back up. So I died quite a few times just trying to explore, because I didn't realize that I traveled so much faster.
Yeah, and basically with the different planets, all of the planets have basically like a unique resources, or like unique resource you have to go get if you want to progress. Basically, the one that's on the main planet is zinc, but if you want to like progress, have like a bigger spaceship or a bigger vehicle you can drive around, you need to go to another planet and get that stuff. And I think that's pretty cool, because when you land to another planet, you sort of have to like start again, build that base. You need to have something to create oxygen, create you power, so you can survive on the planet enough to get to the resource that you're looking for. I remember Sully looked for tungsten. I think he looked for like a couple hours because he couldn't find it at all. And it's hard sometimes.
North talked shit for no, I think it was aluminum.
No, because that's on the first planet.
Yeah, but I remember you talked shit because I was like down underneath the planet for like 2 hours looking for it, and you were like, "Screw it, man! I'm just gonna take this spaceship to another planet." And then he goes under the earth on that planet to look for it, and like we both found aluminum at the same time.
Wow. And it's really not that tough to get to other planets either, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, you just need
No,
to
it was tough when we
create
first played, but this time it's not bad.
Yeah.
Once you know what you're doing, it's not too bad. I never actually played like messed around with the seeds. That's pretty cool.
You can kind of farm them, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you just farm them for research points. You also need to like unlock new stuff using research points, which you get from exploring different kind of minerals, or like those weird cow-looking rocks would have. I'm pretty sure they have others. So because they look like cows.
The cow ball.
Yeah, the cow ball, and like the stuff he's researching now, there's like a different kind of plant on the bush. That's how you get like more research points, and you unlock new stuff, bigger platforms, more storage, new vehicles, batteries, whatever you're into.
I thought it was cool, like whenever we went to another planet, you can kind of customize your spaceships to an extent, because like it had a cargo bay, but and it was only a one-man ship, so we just put another seat in the cargo bay and I sat there.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really neat. So we just it's a pretty neat game that I'm looking forward to playing some more for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely recommend to play it solo, because you can sort of like pace yourself, because if you like miss a step, like someone else does it for you, you don't know how to do it. You're basically just missing out.
That's why I think, Joe, when you got on, they were getting ready to go to a different planet. And I was like, take Joe with you, because you pretty much start over when you go somewhere new.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't take anything with you, that's it. Just do it all over again.
Yeah, we couldn't take much. I was in the cargo bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy that game though. I definitely look forward to playing it some more with you guys. And
Yeah, I do love it. It's got, I don't know, it's got charm, a special little like cutesy charm, you know.
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
does
the
have
reason
like Go
yeah,
ahead.
the reason we sort of wanted to go back is because when the game first released, it had some. It wasn't very optimized, especially for the multiplayer. If you put like too many deaders down, the game would just start lagging so much you couldn't play it at all.
Yeah, you'd end up getting like 7 frames a second.
Ugh.
Plus, I found out like the trees, whenever you mine under the trees, they disappear now. Before they didn't, so the game was like constantly keeping track of the tethers and the trees laying on the ground. So yeah, you have like
Yeah.
a full base build and you have 7 frames a second, and everybody gets pissed and quits.
Yeah. Yeah, so we played the game without the tethers, and it was hard because you would have to carry like 4 oxygen tanks and then just run as fast as you can, get to the mineral, and then run back and hope you don't die in the progress. Or you could carry the spaceship because it would provide oxygen.
We found pretty special ways to play that game for a little while there.
Yeah, we got real creative.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I like that like your inventory is so physical. Like you can just look on your
Yeah.
back and see what you're packing instead of it being like numbers and stuff like that. And just like
Oh,
an
yeah.
inventory screen.
And you can add like little. Did you notice like at the top of your backpack you have these 2 little things you can put stuff on?
Yeah.
You could put like a solar panel on one side, and then I don't know, like a battery pack up here, or a work light. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is weird. I'm done. Next.
Don't clip that.
Definitely getting clipped. You did it briefly
definitely
too.
getting
Yeah,
clipped.
yeah.
All right, guys, that was the end of the podcast, right?
We'll see you guys later.
Oh man, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely have to play that some more for sure.
I'm down.
So let's talk about some Twitch stuff because a couple gigantic streamers have returned to the scene. We've Dr. Disrespect officially went to YouTube and Shroud officially went to Twitch.
Did he
for
sign
them.
an exclusivity deal? Shroud?
I don't think so. Not that I know
Okay.
of.
I know he does have a sub button back.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
immediately
I'll
he
let
had
you
a
take
sub button.
Of course, because he had like 500,000 people watching. Twitch doesn't want to miss on money.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely don't. It
Well,
was
apparently they do because they banned Dr. D.
true. That the amount of money though that did we talk about Dr. Disrespect on the last podcast for his thing? I don't feel like we did. I feel like that was more recent than that. But
Probably not.
I don't know.
those guys can just sit there and make money. Like not doing anything. Like his first Dr. Disrespect's first stream back was just him. Yeah, it was like last week, so we couldn't have. It was just him, his like loading screen, playing music with skits in between the music, and he was just constantly getting subs and donations. And he didn't do anything. He just sat on this automated screen for like 3 hours and just made bank. Like he probably made more doing literally nothing than I'll make all year.
For 24 hours. Wait,
For
What?
20 Oh my god. I had
wait, so
no
he
idea.
didn't actually stream? He just showed like pre-recorded content?
Yeah, let me show you the it wasn't even content. Sully, I think you're underestimating how much he showed.
Or was it like the weird little like commercials he would do?
It was
Or
no,
he'd
it wasn't even
walk
that.
out in his underwear and like this green screen background. And...
You didn't see him for the entire stream, not even in recorded content.
What?
Hang on, let me find it. Dude. It was just a picture of a CG gas station with a Lamborghini parked in it.
Because, of course.
Yeah. I can't find it. Let me see.
He was live with his intro screen for 24 hours
Here it is.
and then went live for real. Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
That's like, didn't Bethesda pull that shit, but they didn't make any money off of it?
Yeah.
No, they didn't. They did the 24-hour thing and then they didn't announce anything.
Yeah,
They did something like that.
weird.
So I'm going to briefly share my screen here again, just so everybody can see what I'm talking about. So this is it. That's what he had. Now, it was animated. It does, like, there is rain falling and stuff, and you can hear, like, the rain, and there is music playing. And then between tracks, it would have, like, a little skit from him. And that's what, and he was just making money. People watched it. It got all the way up to 350,000 people, and he didn't even show up.
Tom said that he went live after, or like started actually streaming after 24 hours.
Yeah.
And I think that makes more sense.
That's fucked.
It makes more sense that he eventually actually did something, but the fact that he could do that for 24 hours and probably just made money the entire time. The whole 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure him and Shroud are both killing it right now with like returns to platforms, though.
Oh, yeah.
Tom told me that he had like, Shroud had like 14,000 subscribers in like an hour.
I believe it. Cash App gave 1,300 of them single-handedly. Cash App,
wow.
Cash App gifted 1,337 gift subs.
Let's math that real quick because I'm bad at it.
It's about $3,000 is what he made off of just Cash App, assuming he still has the standard 50-50 split with Twitch, which I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's like
I guarantee he makes more than 50%.
Yeah. Assuming he went in and did not at all try to talk them up on his percentage, he made like $2,800. I think is about what that comes up to.
No, it comes to $3,300.
33. There you go.
What, $250 per sub? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's insane.
And dog. Also, so we don't forget, Ninja also streamed on Twitch a week ago. So he's sort of
but
back.
I don't care about that.
That is strange. Why don't I care about Ninja? It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's something like it's an extreme bias against his personality. I just like he's one of those guys you meet and he doesn't even have to talk. I just don't like him. Like, I don't know why. There's something about him. I don't enjoy Ninja. Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, it's fine. I'm trying to figure out, like, I was real impressed by what Shroud did. Why don't I give a crap about what Ninja did? It was the same thing. I'm just trying to figure out my own logic here.
I wonder if he did anywhere near as well as Shroud did, though. I feel like Ninja was kind of falling off, you know?
Yeah.
I think he's moving toward, like, movies and shit, if I remember correctly.
Ninja?
Yeah, I heard something about him having some kind of movie deal.
Yeah, who knows? He's even had comic books and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was seeing like posters of him in like Walmart and stuff. I didn't realize he was that big to actually be in mainstream stores and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what his streams got up to, but I think Shroud was up to
I think it was
500. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Good for
It might have even surpassed.
Yeah, good for him. I guess. That's a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
I know at one point he even said, like, someone said, try to read some of the subs, and he was like, no.
Nah.
They're going too fast. Yeah, it was wild watching. I mean, you couldn't read anything in chat. You weren't able to see who was subbing. You couldn't see who was talking, much less what they were saying. And he was just sitting there. He wasn't even playing yet. And he even said, I knew it was going to be crazy. That's why I'm not doing anything. Like,
maybe that's why Doc did the 24 hours, so people just can like get all that out of the way, and then he can start playing, because it's very hard to like do the skits and stuff like that if people are just spamming donations and stuff.
I did hear that he mentioned on that stream that he was considering taking legal action against Twitch.
Oh yeah, I think he should. I think he should sue the pants off him.
I'm just curious what happened. Like, you know what I mean? And I know he can't talk about it if he's going to do that, but I'm curious if it is on him or not, because I know he's done some pretty shifty shit, you know?
Well, I think what he's wanting to pursue legal action over is them not telling him why.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
so,
fair.
I mean,
I don't think they have to disclose why, do they?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know if they had a contract. I don't know how any of that works. And if they did, I'm sure maybe they could have broken a contract with him. I
Yeah.
really don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if they weren't at the end of a contract and they suddenly ban them from their platform, that's just free money for Doc right there.
Yeah. Unless they try to like retroactively go back on something he did a while ago. Oh, you
Yeah.
filmed in a bathroom with a 13-year-old boy or something, because that happened.
It's still kind of weird that all the sponsors got dropped off too. Like, why would that be?
I thought his YouTube was shut off for a day or two also, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's a mystery. We'll never know.
Yeah, that's what sucks is like that's in like the streaming community. I feel like that's still, even though it happened a month ago, it's still like the biggest story is why he got banned, and we may never know. That sucks.
I don't think we'll find anything like any true information out until after he decides whether or not he does this whole legal action thing. And if he does, I think we'll find out afterwards for sure.
But it's kind of scary to sue someone when you don't know what you've done wrong, because you might have done something really, really, really wrong.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's got a lawyer that told him though, like, hey, you definitely have a case here.
yeah, I'm sure. With the amount of money he makes, yeah, I'm sure he has a very good lawyer.
Yeah.
Most of Doc's sponsors didn't drop. That's interesting. Because that means it's probably not something glaringly bad. If he still has most of his sponsors.
I think they re-signed the sponsors. I might be wrong, but I think the sponsors dropped first when he got banned, but then he got them back together. Because I think the sponsorships are through Twitch. So basically, if you cut your ties with Twitch, you got the ties with the sponsors.
That makes sense.
I might be wrong though. Who knows how it goes?
Just Doc.
And just Doc.
Yeah.
Just Doc. I mean, I think Doc is pretty entertaining.
He is.
I like his whole shtick.
I don't mind watching him, but like as soon as I get into a stream, there's like a fuse that I light. And like once that fuse goes off, I have to leave because I just start getting irritated with him. I'm like, come on, dude, just stop.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't watch him. Well, I haven't watched him in a while now, but I'd pop in there for like 30 minutes at a time and be like, Doc, you're so funny. And then I'd get out of there.
Yeah, you can only watch Doc for like 30 minutes tops, and then you just gotta get out.
Yeah,
because there's something that just like fills inside of you, and eventually it's so full you just gotta leave.
Yeah. Well, you can only hear, "You're messing with the two-time!" so many times. Like, although I do love his whole firm handshakes thing. I think that is the best thing. Firm handshakes all around. I think that is, I love it. I love firm handshakes. But yeah, you
Dude's
can only.
a genius.
Yeah, he really is. That the character he's crafted and everything about it, it is genius.
It's unfortunate to think that maybe he might actually be like kind of a shitty person in real life because he is pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
But
see, I don't care about that stuff really. I want to believe that like the art and the person are like the different thing, and the art is considered art and the person is just a person.
Yeah.
I want to think that way, but it's of course there has to be a line. What can you do without affecting how much I like your stuff that you do?
Yeah.
For me though, that kind of changed like whenever he came out publicly, like completely out of persona and like told everybody that he cheated on his wife. Like that changed everything for me. That kind of took that art away a little bit.
Yeah.
Not that we don't have to get on the subject, but anyway.
I mean, well, we could talk about.
Doc's back, by the way.
Yeah, I don't. That doesn't really affect my opinion of him one way or the other, and that's probably a bad thing to say. But like, that's at least it doesn't affect my opinion of his of Doc. Now it might of Guy. I think that's a really terrible thing to do to someone.
Yeah.
But like looking at Doc, I don't, it doesn't really bother me, because that's like a personal thing that doesn't have anything to do with like his business. It doesn't affect like people in mass. That's just, he made a terrible decision. And
I don't know. I think that's super weird. That's almost like me walking, like, I used to work with this guy. He owned the pizza shop, but he was like one of those really super crazy conspiracy theorist guys, which would be fine if you only talk to people close to you. But like customers would come in and he would like start spouting like some crazy Republican nonsense and like deep state crazy shit to people that just walked in. And I feel like that runs along the same lines as having a persona and then being so transparent you come out and say something like that to the public. I think that's kind of weird, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I'll have a large pepperoni pizza, and some conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
just on the side.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
And I don't know. I mean, yeah, it definitely, it obviously affects like how everyone perceives him, but there's something like, he didn't have to tell us, right? Like he didn't have to say, "Hey, I made this mistake." I don't know.
I feel like there were some kind of terms that his wife made with him.
What do you mean?
I feel like that wasn't his personal decision to do that.
Yeah.
I feel like his wife had hands in on that.
Well, even then though, like he could have just dropped it. Like,
yeah. Like
he's Dr. Disrespect. He could probably get any woman, and not even that. Like, he's just a handsome dude. He's 6'4", he's got an 11-foot vertical. Yeah. He's won the blockbuster, the two-time.
Yeah, the two-time blockbuster champion.
Talking about blockbuster, I heard they have the next best thing.
Yes,
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah, me too. Oh my god, I want to do this so bad. Let me find this picture again. So Blockbuster has a bed and breakfast now, like one of the last standing Blockbusters. Let me see if I can find this. It's in Oregon, so it is so far from all of us. But this it's set up in a way. Let me get this picture up. It's set up in a way where it's kind of just like a 90s living room. And I'm super into that. I'm sorry, the picture's
Which is
super
awesome.
small. Yeah. So it's got like here, I'll blow it up a little bit. So it's got like a CRT TV. The sofa folds out into a bed. They have an air mattress, and you have access to every single VHS in the entire store while you're staying there, which I think is absolutely amazing.
That is cool. I wonder how much is it?
It's on Airbnb, so you can just look on the. It's not the reservations start the 17th is whenever you can start doing reservations for it. So it's actually like an Airbnb on there. I'll probably look at it and see how much it costs, because that would be sick.
Dude, quarantine would have been a perfect time to open this up. They would have made bank. Like, you're stuck at home anyways. You might as well just, enjoy yourself.
Yeah. I do like that they even still use just like a square CRT. Like they could have upgraded to something really big and nice, like a projector or something, but it is still like, what is that, a 40-inch CRT? I love it.
I think it's awesome the screen says coming soon too on the shitty CRT.
Yeah. I think it's awesome. I can't wait.
What was the gaming thing that wanted to make hotels?
Atari.
Oh, Atari. Yeah.
Atari. I think they both have like the same idea. Like, this is our last straw. We're gonna milk everything with a bed and breakfast.
Well, I think they're still supposed to release a console, right? Or is that like done and over with?
Am
I stuck in the past?
I haven't heard about that in a long time. So
on Google.
I don't know. If you can find some info about it, Sully, I periodically, whenever I remember it exists, I periodically think about that as well. Because I do. It was like 3 or 4 years ago, I feel like now. Maybe just 2 or 3, but it's been a while.
The Atari VCS first revealed in June 2017. Pre-orders began in 2018, and Expected to ship March 2020.
Oh, sick.
Well,
March 2020.
delayed again due to COVID-19.
Sweet.
Damn.
Atari can't win for losing, dude. I bet their hotel got delayed
Yeah.
for COVID-19 too.
Yeah, imagine this is our last thing. We're gonna make 5 hotels, and we're gonna have an up and running on 2020, and then you hit COVID, and no one comes there because
Yeah.
Corona.
Yeah, you
It's like
throw
Atari's Final Fantasy, man. Like they're fucking. That's their last hurrah. Hotels and one last console. They're like, if it doesn't work, we're gonna burn it all down.
Yeah, it's a Hail Mary. It's a Hail
Yeah.
Mary. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I want to go to this.
I hope they make like the most powerful console, and they sell it for like
$200.
yeah, no, like they sell it for like $1,000, and they only create like 100,000 of them, and then they like sell it out.
They're not gonna make any money off that.
Yeah. I don't think I would even buy a $1,000 console, North. That's saying something.
No.
I buy a
There
lot of
is
dumb shit.
people who want that, like that premium stuff, you know.
I mean, like, as somebody who enjoys collecting like games and consoles and shit, I would think about it, but I definitely wouldn't do it. You know,
It would
It
have
would be
to.
like a glorified PC anyway, but
it'll probably have lifespan of like Dreamcast. It's like a really, really good console, but just dies immediately.
Yeah, man, it would have to do something really impressive. I'm trying to think what would get me to spend $1,000 on a console.
Probably like an automated fleshlight or something.
Yeah,
The
for
auto
sure.
suck, is that what it was called? The auto blow.
It should like do my taxes a little bit too. I think
Yeah.
that's actually a little bit hotter than the flashlight.
That's actually fair. That is kind of sexy.
oh, do those taxes for me.
Oh yeah, get my charities in there. Yeah, it was only $3. They don't care.
And you would get like tax reduction because you ended up buying Atari console.
Dang, yeah. Because if I do my business taxes with it, it's a business write-off. I'm gonna buy an Atari, fellas. It does my taxes.
And exclusively runs off like solar energy. So you're good, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah, they have like this size like solar panel, so you can get like money because it runs on solar power.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
Yeah, if it does release, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
If it's reasonably priced.
I just hope it has wood paneling on it still. That's like my number one thing. I still want it to have wood paneling.
I think it does. Here, I'll send
Does
you a
it?
picture. Yeah. And
That's
for are
awesome.
you gonna? I don't know. Yeah, you'll probably bring it up on screen.
Yeah, I can bring it up.
Wood paneling, really?
Yeah, just the front though. Like it's not
Yeah, you can
fully
see.
decked out like a 1990s VCR or anything.
That's a damn shame.
Apparently
those-
they're gonna have like at least 2 versions of the Atari. The one with 4 gigabyte of memory, and one with 8.
You guys remember the old school alarm clocks that were completely covered in like wood veneer? That's what I wish it looked like.
Old
North, you're too
Actually, it's
young.
gonna have 3 editions: Tribute Edition, Collector's Edition, and Onyx, whatever that is.
I don't. That's just.
Oh.
That's just
has
this,
it.
right?
What?
The controller.
I mean, essentially, yeah. It's pretty much the same except like the big weird square buttons at the top,
Ugh.
It says October 2020.
but the top's flat.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about it. It just looks like this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. It would have to. I guess it is really small though. That's kind of nice. I guess. I don't know.
What is it for? What does it run?
Game.
Nobody knows yet.
What game?
I hope it has like a really shitty Pitfall because that's the only game that I remember playing on Atari.
Oh yeah. Okay. That makes. I do know those alarm clocks. Silly.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. I don't know. Have they announced any games for it?
I honestly have no idea.
I don't think so. Announcements, classic, Radeon. blockchain games. What's a blockchain game? Like for cryptocurrency mining?
I think it's gonna run Linux, so whatever Linux can run.
Oh yeah, I do remember hearing that there was like a modified Linux that they were developing for it.
Play modern games and streaming entertainment via Linux-based operating system. That's cool. It allows users to download and install compatible games on it.
$249. Features an AMD Ryzen R1606G. I don't know anything. 4 gigs of RAM. Can stream 4K video content as well as play games at 1080p.
1080p. Welcome to welcome to 2005.
Now, I guess
it there.
Yeah, 1080p. Probably, yeah.
It'll release with 100 Atari Vault games pre-installed,
which is kind of sick.
That's awesome, actually. Yeah.
And the fact that you can download more games technically for free.
Yeah.
And it'll ship with a streaming service that lets you play games from Amiga, Commodore 64, and the Spectrum, and arcade games. What is this console?
I'm getting one.
Yeah, for $250, what are we looking at? This is
like cool. I've read all that, and I still have no idea what kind of games it's gonna run.
It doesn't even matter to me. Just for that, dude, I'll spend $249.
Hopefully it's not the Ouya, Tom. Hopefully it's not the Ouya.
I'm checking pre-orders right now. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you still can or not, but
well, the last shipping announcement it has in here is that it was supposed to ship
in March.
It actually says they had 500 production units ready to exit the factory mid-June. So they are literally just sitting there on 10,000 of them. Only 10,000?
On June, they announced that all the 10,000 VCS units will come to backers this fall.
Was this a Kickstarter thing?
Apparently.
I don't know.
I'll be damned.
Well, at least 10,000 people backed that shit.
Pretty solid. Yeah, I don't know. I could get behind. I could get behind an Atari VCS for only $250. If it has that many Atari games and actual good arcade games on this streaming platform, it could be decent.
Yeah, it's got different models and stuff, but the lowest one is $250.
That's not bad.
Then there's ones with special faceplates and upgraded that are up to $390.
It comes with a joystick too.
Yeah, joystick. Dude, the controller's actually pretty sick looking. Xbox fucked up.
It looks like Xbox did.
Yeah, but it's got that cool little line down the middle and but it's pretty much an Xbox controller.
Yeah. That's what you get, I guess. I think most controllers that aren't PlayStation or Nintendo look like Xbox controllers these days.
Yeah, fair enough. We need another N64 controller that has it needs 4 parts off of it though. I gotta quit doing this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, the Atari's cool. Hopefully we'll get that at some point soon.
I hope they make bank out of this console.
Yeah.
Just so they can open the hotels.
Maybe that's all it is this console is just to fund the hotels.
Yeah, I'm dead serious. I really hope that it does well so they can open more hotels.
I mean, they almost have to. I mean, at $250, since it's their console, I feel like it wouldn't be out of the question for them to have one of those in every one of those rooms.
No.
I bet
they would do that.
Yeah, I bet they would.
You can join the waiting list for the console. You can't pre-order it yet. Unless you backed it.
Really?
Yeah. Join the waiting list. Be one of the first people to get Atari VCS.
You can pre-order on GameStop. GameStop. GameStop and Walmart though.
Oh.
Somehow.
I gotta say those 10,000 people had a lot of faith in Atari to pull this off. Because I would not have. Had I known about this, I would have been like, no, that's not gonna happen.
After knowing what I do now, though, like the capabilities and the 100 games that it comes with and everything, that's actually $250 is not that bad.
I don't feel like it's that bad. I mean, even
You
even
can
if
get
it,
like Switch with that,
oh yeah,
right?
yeah, with 0 games preloaded.
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
They're fucking space brain.
You can't even get Tetris 99.
Well, it's free.
free?
You can get free games, I guess.
See, it's free.
Tetris is kind of worth it, so I'll accept that.
Doesn't Nintendo have like a subscription based like Xbox Game Pass thing?
Yeah, kinda, but it's only for Super Nintendo and Nintendo games. So they have like a catalog that you can go into and play from like a list of games, and it's like $5 a month or something like that. I think if you buy it outright.
I think they should do like a Switch Pass, and it basically would give you, I don't know, like a game you can play for free for a month. That would be a cool way to show like indie games and stuff.
Yeah, that would be
Are you
cool.
trying to steal Xbox's idea for Game Pass?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
other
will be
consoles?
only for one game, and it will be like $10 every month.
I heard something about Nintendo having like almost like a Netflix for video games.
Like Game Pass?
Kinda, but like shittier.
I don't know.
I don't
I mean,
know.
maybe it's talking about the NES and Super NES games. I'm not sure. I know that.
Dude, I have so many windows open on my Google. Hold on. I'm trying to search for stuff, but I'm not closing anything.
I feel like we keep talking about Game Pass like all the time, but it's so good.
They should
Like
sponsor
they
us.
really
They should,
crushed
yeah.
it.
They should sponsor it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of games on that like little thing, and that's included in their like online, like being able to play online package. So you get to play online, and you get, it's probably 20 or 30 NES and Super NES games each for like $5 a month. So I don't feel like that's too bad. And I want to say they also have online multiplayer, so you can play like Donkey Kong Country with your buddy online.
That's
think.
cool.
I don't have any friends, so I don't know.
Same, dude. Same.
But the kind of neat thing about those games too is a lot of them will they have like the game, and then they have like a save state of that game that you can try out. So like some of them will put you into the game like late game where you've got a bunch of power-ups, and then other save states will put you in like a difficult situation that you kind of have to get yourself out of. It's pretty neat. Like you can play Galaga, not Galaga, Gradius with a bunch of upgrades just right out the gate. So it's pretty cool that they did that. It's something unique that I've not really seen other people do. But Sully, were you wanting to talk about Dead Matter?
We could, but I'm worried because it is already 9:00, and there's like a lot. I can touch on it really quick.
Sure, if you just want to touch
like,
on
throw
it.
the video up.
Yeah.
All right, so Dead Matter's a game that like
Hey there, survivors.
I've never backed a game before, never in my life, and I've been looking for a new survival game and like super excited about this one, and I don't want to compare it to anything, but I know there's going to be comparisons made. It's a survival shooter game with zombies in it, but it almost seems like it's got like the Rust concept where there's like server decay and stuff like that, where like after a while like loot spawns less and like things start to degrade. But I think there's like 30 some different weapons, and you can reinforce. There's not like base building, but there's base reinforcement. So you find a house and you can put like curtains on the windows, open, close the curtains, put traps down, etc., etc. I think the coolest thing that I'm excited about is it's not just like your slow, boring zombies, and you're not just running around shooting these like piece of crap zombies that can't do anything. They really, really like create hordes and just like really rush you. and it looks like it really makes the game difficult. Unfortunately, it is one. It's not released. They just hit a window where they're giving us 2 weeks, and the 2 week counter is going down now. After that, they're going to start releasing keys on Steam for everybody that backed the game to go into play. But it takes place in, I think, Alberta, Canada, and they have like a weather system that's tied to that area in real life that happens in the game. There's vehicles you could drive around, open up the doors, shoot out the doors, hit zombies with the doors. Like I can't even touch on everything that's in this game.
There's a moon cycle?
Yeah, there is a moon cycle. It's
Oh my
dynamic
gosh.
lighting, so it actually changes with the moon moving. Character customization, of course. The lighting in this game looks beautiful, but obviously it's just releasing closed alpha for backers, so there's going to be a lot wrong with the game. There's going to be a lot more that's coming out for the game, but the thing that's so exciting is I've never seen a game release in beta or closed alpha like this with so many features available on release. It's pretty exciting.
So is this the first time that anyone will have been able to try it at all?
Other than I think like people that are partnered with them. Like I saw Clean did a stream the other day with it's like their practice area, which is like the shooting range and a couple other little small areas. He showed off like a bunch of the guns and stuff, but as far as the actual game within the game, then no, I've not really seen anything. There is, I know you don't have audio on here, but for this part, the VoIP actually changes depending on where you're at. So they're in a elevator, so it sounds like it's like reverberating off all the walls and everything. If you're out in the open, it sounds like you're, out in the middle of the woods. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, if that's done well, that's a really cool feature, but it's very rarely done well.
Yeah, I know Ark had it, but it was crap sometimes.
Now, hang on. Did he just put stuff in other stuff?
Yeah, so they have, like, you can put, I know Tarkov does this and, like, a couple other games, but, like, you can put money into a wallet. There's another moment where he has a big cooking pot. You can put things into this cooking pot right here. So, like, he drags cereal and a couple cans and stuff because they fit inside the cooking pot. I thought that was really neat.
Yeah.
Each character, when you make them, they all have different, like, jobs. Like, there's a medic and a bunch of other different ones. So, basically, they're giving people incentive to kind of team up with each other instead of, like, shoot on sight. Like, you want a doctor on your team, you know what I mean? But,
this seems really awesome.
I'm super, super hyped for it, and I hope it goes well. Unfortunately, it is releasing with an NDA, so I can't show you guys shit. But I am really excited to get my hands on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing about it, because, I mean, this is like, I feel like, and I think I express this sentiment every time we talk about survival games, I'm so burnt out on all of them. But like this is something that's new. It's like it's doing something new instead of just changing the setting you're in. Because that's what every survival game is. Like, in my mind, even though the mechanics are different, in my mind, the only giant difference between Ark and 7 Days is the zombies or dinosaurs. Like, pick your poison on what's trying to kill you. Like, I know that Ark, you can train dinosaurs and stuff like that, but whenever it boils down to it, you're still doing the same kind of stuff, and you still have the same kind of limitations, and it's more or less the same systems. But like, this is a lot of unique and new features.
Yeah, you can put trailers on the back of your truck. Here soon, I think it'll show. Yeah, that's the, like, you can open up the door. They don't drive, but you can hit the zombies with the door. The back of the truck has, like, you know how your inventory was like all squared off and like everything fits into a square? Well, you open up the truck bed and it becomes 3D, so you can kind of customize where you want to put things. So organization is pretty in depth already. You can put security systems on your buildings. God, dude, there's
That's
like
a
I said,
lot.
there's so much.
Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing for sure.
Lock picking, like all that good shit.
So
all that good shit.
when does the alpha drop?
Like I said, they just hit. I think they had like some kind of weird legal issue where they couldn't really officially There was something else called Dead Matter, I think, but
Mm.
they finally resolved whatever was going on, and they put up a 2-week timer. And I think after that 2-week timer, they're going to start releasing it.
That's awesome.
And I think 2 weeks started maybe 3 days ago. So it's coming up soon.
Oh, so they just asked a question about like your guns keeping the kill count. So do your guns like upgrade as you kill people or something?
It's not just your gun. So say you have a gun that you picked up from a guy, and he's killed like 6 people with that gun. That gun already has a 6 on it. So it keeps the kill count. So like basically is you kill 6 more people with that gun, and then you die, it tallies up. So eventually guns become like this legendary version of themselves with like a kill count. So the people don't get kill counts, but the gun do. The gun do.
The gun do.
Gun do.
Gun damn, that's awesome. I like that.
I could probably talk endlessly, but
I'm looking forward to playing this. I've not been excited for a survival game in ever. And
that's why I had to back it, dude. I had to. But I'm in the Discord, like I keep up on it. I talk to people in the Discord. I don't know, I'm ready and rearing to go.
Yeah.
You can fake death. Like
Yeah,
that guy kind of ragdolls himself, and then you can pick him up, pretend like he's dead. Like, so much cool stuff.
I shared the concerns with Tom that it might just end up like Scum.
Yeah, because there is a nutrition system, and I'm hoping it doesn't. But it's also got like the cool weapon modification of like Tarkov, but a little less in depth. Like they said, they want to keep it simple, so it's not overwhelming, and you're not looking at ammo charts and all that nonsense. But yeah, I hope it doesn't end up like Scum, and if it does, shame on me. Sorry guys, but I'm gonna play the shit out of it.
I like that he pushed the tab back down whenever he opened the soda. That's so stupid. I love it. Yeah, I hope because that's always like one of the things that I really hate in survival games is the constant need to eat. And I get that they want you to like that's the whole point of a survival game.
Yeah.
But in some games, it's just a pain to keep up with. Like in some of those games, it seems like you constantly have to eat. Like if you're even a little hungry, you're suffering. And
yeah.
As long as it's not like that, I think I'll.
I hope it's. I don't mind like Tarkov's system for nutrition's not bad because it's not like you run like 30 steps and then you have to eat food.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope it kind of is modeled more toward that instead of Scum's felt like constantly you had to like figure out like what mushroom can I stuff in my face, like what kind of animal am I gonna hunt. That was super annoying about Scum.
Yeah.
There is going to be a lore system, almost like if you played the Forest, you kind of just like walk around and you just find it. It's not something you're forced into, which is
pretty
cool. So if you want to do some story stuff, then it's there or going to be there.
How many people are these private servers, public servers? How does that work, or do you know? Or will they be? I guess
upon release they're going to be public, and then eventually they're basically going to give the game to players. And you can either rent or buy a server or just use a public server, as well as it's going to be free reign on mods. Like they're pretty much letting the community have their go at it and just mod the shit out of it if they want.
That's great.
Yeah.
Because most of the time the community knows how to make a better game than the dev, unfortunately.
Sadly enough, yeah. That's usually how it goes. But like I said, I'm just so excited to see a game release in closed alpha with so many features in it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
It already looks like graphically and everything, it looks better in pre-alpha at this point. It looks better than like the Forest or 7 Days.
Yeah. I hate getting exciting for games because it leaves me vulnerable. You know what I mean? I'm emotionally vulnerable right now upon release. But I don't know, man. I'm just that excited for it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If you guys want to play it, let me know. If not, too bad.
This kind of reminds me about Ready or Not. And I don't know what happened to that game. It might be on beta access currently, but it's
I
more
didn't
like
see anything.
it's more like like SWAT versus the robbers kind of dealio. And not like a survival game, but like the level of detail with the guns and all that barricading and stuff like that definitely gives me the same vibes.
Yeah. I'm chomping at the bit for that already. At least I'm not. I'm looking forward to what you have to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let you guys know for sure. Like, hey, is it worth it? Because I try not to let you guys down with that kind of shit. I even tell people don't buy Tarkov because you'll hate it. But no, if it turns out to be a pretty solid game that like I feel people can jump on and not have to put their entire life into to learn, and it doesn't suck, which I kind of think it's not going to.
Yeah.
But that's just me having high hopes.
I mean, with the amount of effort they've put into the pre-alpha, I can't imagine them letting the game suck.
It has been in development for like quite some time, like quite a few years, but I don't know. Now that it's finally happening, it's really, really exciting. Makes my little boy inside go woohoo.
Oh, good. You said little boy. I thought you were gonna.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go there. I thought about it and I decided against it.
Solid.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped.
Nice. Well, is there anything else you guys want to talk about tonight?
That was it. That's all I had.
I'm all out of stuff. Also, I'm getting really tired because it's like 4 a.m.
Yeah, let's wrap it up, fellas.
Hell yeah.
Well, thanks everybody for stopping by and watching the Pantsless Podcast with myself, Northern Savant, and McSully Sulkin. We will be back in 2 weeks from two weeks from tonight, and hopefully, it should be back to the normal cast. But if not, we'll still see you then. So, thanks a lot for stopping by, guys. And since I'm hosting, I'm going to end the stream as I end every stream. Take care of yourselves and each other. See y'all later.
Later.